Hello everybody, this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the gallery room in the front of my house. And this is a 14 by 14 inch canvas. And I feel like having some art therapy today, so I'm going to do the simplest things I can think of. Let's start with making puddles of paint. And I've got to be a little careful because I get a little overzealous about what I put down out of my big bottles, but I love my big bottles because they're great facilitatory tools. And I like black, white, and gold, but I don't remember how many times I've ever put down black, white, and gold and just tipped it around. Because my intention is to do that. My intention could be to just tip this around till it fills the canvas and leave it alone because it's kind of cool. But I'm going to use the colors that I like. Wow, I need some more orange in that. That is my Deco-Art Americana 24 karat gold, the same as the other one. But there's usually more orange in it so that it's a slightly different color. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because I have some fire opal from Floetrol. Now I could do anything with this. I may go from here and swipe, which reminds me I've got some black enamel, which I like to put down when I swipe. And I do want to keep puddles. I don't want too many gaps in between. And I'm hoping that most of my bottles are ready to go, but that one seems a little clogged. This is my Venetian blue from Modern Masters, and I don't usually get to keep much of that, to tell you the truth. This is a Folk-Art turquoise color shift, which I'm not so sure about right at this moment. But this is a good place and time for me to figure out what colors I might want to put in here. Because instead of what I usually do, which is to layer them all into a container and then scoop them out with a shovel or something, I can just put colors where I want and then we'll see how it goes, sort of thing. I've got some, that was the Folk-Art color shifting purple flash. This is the berry metallic from Deco-Art Americana. And I'm going to throw some black enamel in here, just in one place for right now. And I am also going to throw a little bit of my, ooh, I need to make some more up for that. This is the multi-surface neon acrylic from Folk-Art. That's very similar to the purple flash, except for it doesn't flash or change colors or anything. I want some blue, and the Venetian blue doesn't show up. I mean, it gets sunk. It gets swallowed and sunk. Oh, there we go. That's different. Do I like that? I'm not sure. Lots of things get lost along the way. But those are good colors, and I have edge catchers, which are nothing more than the already been well-used, cut down 16 by 20 inch sheets that come in the front of a value pack of Artist Loft canvases. Now, what was I going to do? Was I going to wreck something? I was thinking about that. You know what? I could definitely... Where's my tool? Okay, this is cake frosting tool. And I've wanted to just do this for a while now. Rather than guessing what's going to happen with the colors, actually do the manipulation. If you're going to do comb wreck, a lot of times it seems to me that you need some pretty deep paint. But this is an experiment I've wanted to make. We'll see, some of these designs are going to morph and some aren't, but if I make them something that I like to begin with, kind of sorta, I'm probably going to have better luck at that. I really want to be able to flow. I want to use some, what do they call it? Other people have names for it. It's just paint meant to help paint flow, basically, for me. And if I use my edge catcher and my paint goes all the way over to it, wow, it swallowed that black hole. All gone. Amazing. Then what I've been doing lately is just taking the paint from one place and putting it back in another, which is kind of neat. It's like nougat. I don't know if anybody else remembers nougat. I didn't do a lot of eating nougat, but It's candy with different things stuffed into it. It's almost like marshmallow candy. You know what? I like this. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, fire opal. Where is it? And I want some more. Because I like it right there. And whatever else I might want in there is, it's time to go ahead and give myself permission to put that in. This is some of the mysterious that people seem to like. I want some Prussian blue in here. I've been thinking about it, and that's what I want. Usually a little white helps with the Prussian blue, but since I'm using an edge catcher, oh, and I see that thing, and I used to have tweezers. What have I done with them? Well, I got these bad ones. They're better than nothing. I like the ones with the points on. I have an Amazon link. It's under the link tree, which is the first blue link under the video. And you can find tweezers and cameras and paint and canvases. You name it, it's probably there. So as soon as that hits the edge catcher, I can roll it down so it moves to a new point, and then it's working on covering the edge of the canvas, which I kind of like. And depending on what happens with this, we either will or we won't be swiping. And right now, it doesn't seem like swiping is a good idea yet, but we shall see. Now, I got this to this part, and I see this, and I want to let that go that way. Just a little blend. And I like the berry over here, and I don't have nearly enough over here, so I'm going to add some. And nothing's going to keep me as I go along from not going back and blending a little bit again. And it doesn't matter if I do it in two different directions. It's not a comb, but it's pretty much the same thing. I got some beautiful cells on my edge catcher. I think I like the paint on my edge catcher as much as I like anything else I see right here right now. One of the tricks I like is to take my bottles of paint, like the black especially, and put little puddles in and then tip. So as soon as I have that flowed all the way down, I can rock it very gently. I can even let it flow back again. And then I can take the puddle of paint I see traveling. And I've got a couple things I want to do. One is take some of the pretty paint off of my edge catcher with my OXO omelet turning spatula. Best paint spreading tool around I know of. Available on my Amazon link. I'm going to take the rest of this paint right here also. Instead of tipping, I'm just going to use my spatula to deposit it along the edges. It looks like there might wind up being some waste, and when I have waste, I like to put it on the Lolify silicone mat that's beneath me. And that way, eventually, if I want to peel the skin off, I can. Now, I'm not super thrilled yet with what I've got, but I'm getting closer to something I want. So let's see what I'm going to do. What did I do with my tool? So if I take this smaller side, then that blends the paint, and I got to be careful of that. I don't really want to do that. Wipe that off on my silicone mat. Whoops, wrong side. Ha! Okay. Serious wreck there. I can't believe I did that. That's okay, we'll just tip it. I'll bring my... I'm making a mess today. Par for the course. I have not got used to my indoor space yet, but I am so working on it. I want some darker purple. And I'm willing to play with it. Just to make it look like it belongs in the composition. There, that's a little better. And let's go ahead and use some black enamel the same way. I do love adding this or that here or there, and then just letting it blend. I just eradicated something that was cool that I didn't notice until I was in the middle of making it go away. So, oh well. I like the amount of gold in this a lot. And I like a lot of the colors in this. If you have thick paint and a skewer and an edge to cover, you can just sort of herd that paint right over to that edge and it'll go right down. So there is quite a bit of paint on this, and I don't dislike it. I kind of like it actually. I'm waiting for my zone to fully reintegrate itself to my indoor space. I'm feeling a little out of sorts, but I'm still having a good time, and I need to have a good time in order to get back in my zone. And at some point in time, it'll just reappear, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of cool, actually, now that I've played with it a little bit. I could truly pour it away and take whatever's left, but I'm more inclined to just keep playing with it. See what I can get for cells by blowing into it. Making some channels which expose some colors. Trying not to eradicate anything really neat in its path. I didn't get to keep as much of that turquoise as I would like, and maybe I want a little bit more. Now, I don't usually just add drops, but I do add dots. I just don't usually add drops like that. But I like the idea of just sort of filling an area in with some of those droplets and then mixing it just like I did. So much so I'm going to do it some more. And usually I would go for odd numbers, but I think by the time I mix them around, you're not going to know how many there were to begin with. I'm liking that a lot more. So there, and over here, and I might want to go a little easy over here. Yes, I'm liking those colors. They're not my usual, well, some of them are, but. So that just sort of drags the eye around in all kinds of nice ways. And there's no way you can't just waggle a skewer through things and improve something that's not completely making you happy. I still have some confidence left in my ability to enhance or make adjustments. So what else do I want in there, if anything else? I guess the answer is a little bit of purple. Yes, you know what? I really like that. So just little individual areas. Different areas have different patterns, and I'm really actually falling in love. Finally, liking that a lot. I'm hoping I'm completely in your view. My edges are pretty well covered as far as I can tell for the most part. I'm going to be scraping my tile off with some with a spatula and putting the paint in some residual, putting the residual paint into a little container like this one, so that maybe I can use it, because even if it's mucky, it makes a good base. I'm going to torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint. I'm going to continue to look at this and make sure that I'm happy with where all my marks are, because they don't have to be accidental. They can look, you know, charming and organic, but they don't have to be accidental. And I really do like that. I don't know if I'm 100% on this white in here. I really think that could be a little more interesting, and that's where I blew with the straw. Now I'm just waggling. I don't want to waggle too much, or I might be in trouble. I've got not very much time left to tell you guys I do sell my artwork. I give classes at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. See that thing up there? It's not a bubble. It looks like it's, I don't know what it looks like. Anyway, so nice colors, fun patterns, simple just putting paint down and keep putting paint down until you get something you like. Torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint, because if there are bubbles after shaking the bottles of paint, then you need to be careful, because when bubbles form, they leave behind craters that turn into pockmarks. Well, actually, they leave bubbles that turn into craters because they pop. And if they don't pop, you get a bubble. Yeah, I don't think I'm a notorious spiraler from way back. And no matter how far along I get in an artwork, every once in a while at the end I just like spontaneously start spiraling stuff out. Which never really bothers me, but occasionally I've heard from a few people it's not their favorite thing. But then there's the rest of you who love it. So thank you. Thank you guys for being here, and if you want to be a support to the studio by watching, you are. And if you want to be a support to the studio by helping support me, underneath, buy art supplies, etc., underneath the video you will find a blue link, the Linktree link, and you can find PayPal or Patreon on there. You can also find PayPal or Patreon on my channel header, and you can find out what this month's prizes are. On the end screens of any video, you're going to find the exhibition video for that month, and it will share with you what that month's prizes are. I kind of want a little bit more of this, just because I love this color so much, and I think a few dots are not out of place. I actually think that they're going to add a whole lot of finesse to things. Just a few here and there. And since I'm almost out of time, I think I'm also going to indulge myself in a little bit of the Venetian blue, if it'll come out. Oh, yes it will. You don't want to know. At least it was partially clogged, so it was less than it could have been. So yeah, just a few dots here and there, and I'm happier by far, and I love you guys. There's almost 89,000 of you. Although it keeps going up and down like a pendulum. But if you're new, thank you for subscribing, and please enjoy over 1,400 videos that I've compiled in my YouTube libraries on my created playlist that you can find on my channel, along with the community board, which will often show what tomorrow's video is. And what else can I tell you? Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group is a link that you can find on the Linktree, and it's right next to Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors, where you can find the edited artworks from YouTube. Teespring clothing under the video helps support me sometimes. All over print leggings and t-shirts there, and other cool stuff. And should you guys ever want anything to be turned into a print, please feel free just to ask me. Maybe I'll have to put some blue dots on there tomorrow after it dries. Anyway, I think this is pretty successful, and I'm really happy you guys were here. Look for my books on the Amazon link, where you can also shop at no added cost to you, for Unlimited Possibilities Volume 2 and Because I Can Volume 1. My paint pouring recipes under the video. I do sell my artwork. I give lessons at the house. My email address is directly under the Linktree link. And thank you for all your wonderful comments. You keep my morale boosted. And thank you very much for your contributions. You have kept me painting a long time. It's time for me to clean up and go away and come back again another day. I love you guys. I think I said that. Bye for now. I'll see if I can't zoom in a little bit. And I will talk to you anon. See ya. Priscilla out.